Are you ready to unlock your leadership potential and think like the great leaders of our time? Think Like a Leader audiobook is designed to help you transform your mindset, develop crucial leadership skills, and navigate life's challenges with confidence and clarity. In this audiobook, you will discover practical strategies to foster a leader's mindset, regardless of your current role. It will guide you through key concepts like decision-making, emotional intelligence, and self-awareness, all of which are critical for anyone looking to lead effectively. By adopting the right mindset, you'll learn how to make sound decisions under pressure, inspire others with your actions, and create lasting change in your personal and professional life. The benefits of thinking like a leader extend far beyond just career success. They influence how you handle relationships, setbacks, and personal growth. Leaders aren't born. They're made through the decisions they make and the mindset they cultivate. By embracing the principles in Think Like a Leader, you'll be empowered to take control of your life, inspire those around you, and achieve the success you've always dreamed of. Introducing Think Like a Leader, the audiobook that will elevate your mindset and guide you toward lasting success. Chapter 1. The key traits that every effective leader possesses. Core leadership qualities that drive success are the fundamental traits and characteristics that distinguish effective leaders from those who struggle to inspire or influence others. These qualities are essential for building trust, motivating teams, and creating environments where individuals can thrive and accomplish shared goals. While there are many aspects to leadership, certain qualities stand out as key contributors to long-term success. One of the most critical qualities of a successful leader is vision. Great leaders have a clear and compelling vision for the future, one that not only aligns with the organization's goals, but also inspires and engages others. This vision serves as a guiding force, providing direction and purpose. Leaders with vision can see beyond the present moment, anticipate challenges, and chart a course that motivates others to work toward a common objective. A leader's vision helps to set the tone for the organization, ensuring that everyone involved understands the bigger picture and their role in achieving it. Without a vision, a leader risks losing focus and direction, leaving their team without a clear sense of purpose or motivation. Another key leadership quality is integrity. Integrity is the foundation of trust, and trust is essential for effective leadership. Leaders who consistently act with honesty, transparency, and fairness earn the respect of their teams. Integrity involves doing the right thing, even when it's difficult, and holding oneself to high ethical standards. When a leader demonstrates integrity, they create a culture of accountability where others feel safe to speak up, make mistakes, and grow. Integrity also fosters loyalty, as people are more likely to follow leaders who they believe are genuine and principled. Without integrity, a leader's ability to influence and inspire others diminishes significantly, as people are unlikely to trust or follow someone they perceive as dishonest or unreliable. Communication is another essential leadership quality. Effective communication enables leaders to clearly articulate their vision, expectations, and goals, while also listening to feedback and concerns from their team. Great leaders know how to convey their messages in a way that is clear, concise, and motivating, while also creating an open channel for communication where others feel heard and valued. Communication isn't just about speaking, it's equally about listening. Leaders who actively listen build stronger relationships with their teams, understand their needs and concerns, and can make more informed decisions. Good communication helps to prevent misunderstandings, resolves conflicts, and fosters collaboration. A leader who excels in communication is better equipped to rally support for ideas, create alignment, and inspire action. Emotional intelligence is another key trait that drives successful leadership. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. Leaders with high emotional intelligence can stay calm under pressure, respond thoughtfully to others' emotions, and create a positive work environment where people feel supported. Emotional intelligence enables leaders to build strong relationships, resolve conflicts effectively, and lead with empathy. It's a critical quality for navigating complex interpersonal dynamics and creating a culture of trust and respect within a team. Without emotional intelligence, leaders may struggle with managing relationships, motivating others, and maintaining morale, all of which are essential for long-term success. Another crucial leadership quality is decisiveness. Successful leaders are capable of making decisions quickly and confidently, even in the face of uncertainty. This decisiveness is rooted in the ability to assess information, weigh options, and trust one's judgment. Indecisiveness can lead to missed opportunities, stagnation, and confusion within a team. Leaders who make decisions with clarity and conviction inspire confidence in their team and create a sense of direction. While it's important to gather information and consider various perspectives, the ability to act decisively helps a leader move forward without getting bogged down in analysis paralysis. Decisiveness doesn't mean making rash or impulsive decisions, but rather having the courage to make choices and take responsibility for their outcomes. Adaptability is another quality that is crucial for leadership success. In today's fast-paced world, change is inevitable, and the ability to adapt is essential for navigating uncertainty and seizing new opportunities. Successful leaders are flexible and open-minded, able to adjust their strategies when necessary and lead their teams through change. Whether it's shifting market conditions, technological advancements, or evolving customer needs, adaptable leaders embrace change rather than resist it. They view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than threats. Adaptability also involves being open to new ideas, feedback, and innovation. Leaders who are adaptable inspire confidence in their teams and encourage a culture of continuous improvement. Accountability is a leadership quality that drives success. A great leader takes responsibility for their actions and the actions of their team. They don't shy away from admitting mistakes or failures, but instead use them as opportunities for growth and improvement. Leaders who hold themselves accountable set an example for their team, demonstrating that accountability is a core value. This creates a culture of responsibility, where team members are more likely to take ownership of their work and contribute to the team's success. Accountability also helps ensure that goals are met, commitments are honored, and progress is tracked. Leaders who hold themselves and their teams accountable ensure that everyone remains focused on delivering results. The core leadership qualities that drive success, vision, integrity, communication, emotional intelligence, decisiveness, adaptability, and accountability, are interrelated and work together to create a strong, effective leader. These qualities enable leaders to inspire, guide, and motivate their teams, fostering an environment of trust, respect, and collaboration. Cultivating these traits within yourself is key to becoming a leader who not only achieves success, but also empowers others to reach their full potential. How to cultivate and strengthen these traits. Cultivating and strengthening leadership traits requires intentional effort, self-reflection, and a commitment to personal growth. These qualities do not come naturally to everyone, but with consistent practice and a willingness to learn, anyone can develop them. It begins with the understanding that leadership is not simply about holding a position of authority, but about continuously evolving to meet challenges and inspire others. Strengthening these traits involves a combination of self-awareness, skill development, and actively seeking opportunities to apply them in real-life situations. One of the most important steps in cultivating leadership traits is to develop self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation for all other leadership qualities because it allows you to understand your strengths, weaknesses, and the impact you have on others. To develop self-awareness, regularly reflect on your actions, decisions, and interactions. Take note of your reactions to challenges, feedback, and the way you communicate with others. A good practice is to ask for feedback from those around you, whether they are peers, mentors, or team members. Listen openly and without defensiveness to the insights they provide. Being able to objectively assess your own behavior and adjust accordingly is essential for growth. Self-awareness also involves understanding your emotional responses and how they influence your decisions. Through journaling, meditation, or mindfulness practices, you can become more attuned to your thoughts and emotions, which is a key aspect of emotional intelligence. Once you have a clear sense of your strengths and areas for improvement, you can begin to set specific goals for developing the key leadership traits you want to strengthen. This could include improving communication, building emotional intelligence, or becoming more adaptable in your decision-making. These goals should be measurable and actionable, allowing you to track progress over time. For example, if you aim to improve your communication skills, you might set a goal to practice active listening in every conversation, or work on delivering more concise and clear messages. Setting small, achievable milestones is important because they allow you to experience progress and keep your motivation high. Focus on one trait at a time and give yourself the time and space to develop it fully before moving on to the next. Strengthening leadership traits also requires continuous learning. Great leaders are lifelong learners. They seek out new knowledge, skills, and experiences that help them grow. This could mean reading books on leadership, attending seminars, or engaging in coaching or mentoring relationships. Being open to learning from others, especially those who have more experience or different perspectives, helps you broaden your own understanding of leadership. Learning doesn't just come from formal education. It also comes from observing others, reflecting on past experiences, and being open to constructive criticism. Every experience, both good and bad, offers valuable lessons that contribute to your development as a leader. Additionally, practice is key. Leadership traits are not abstract qualities. They are behaviors that must be practiced consistently. To strengthen them, you need to actively seek opportunities to apply them in everyday situations. Whether it's leading a meeting, guiding a team through a project, or navigating a personal challenge, putting these traits into practice is essential for developing them. If you're working on emotional intelligence, for example, practice being present in conversations, acknowledging the emotions of others, and managing your own reactions. If you're aiming to be more decisive, start making decisions more quickly in low-risk situations and build up to larger decisions over time. The more you practice, the more these traits become ingrained in your behavior. Another important aspect of cultivating leadership traits is to embrace failure and learn from setbacks. No leader is perfect, and setbacks are inevitable. The key is how you respond to them. If you view failures as opportunities for growth, you can bounce back stronger and more resilient. Instead of getting discouraged, take the time to analyze what went wrong and how you can improve. When you take responsibility for your mistakes and use them to learn, you demonstrate integrity and build trust with your team. This approach also strengthens your ability to lead with humility and openness, qualities that make you more approachable and effective as a leader. Incorporating accountability into your daily life also plays a crucial role in cultivating leadership traits. Holding yourself accountable means being honest with yourself about whether you're living up to the standards you've set for yourself. It means following through on commitments, being reliable, and setting an example for others. Having an accountability partner, whether a mentor, coach, or trusted colleague, can help you stay on track and provide an external source of motivation and feedback. They can offer insights and challenges that help you refine your leadership abilities and keep you accountable for your personal and professional development. Surround yourself with a supportive network. The people you interact with can greatly influence your leadership journey. Find mentors, peers, or teams who share similar values and goals, and who can provide guidance, feedback, and encouragement. A strong support system not only helps you stay motivated, but also provides the wisdom and insight needed to navigate challenges effectively. Leaders thrive in environments where they can exchange ideas, receive constructive criticism, and celebrate successes together. Building a community of support can also help you stay grounded and connected to the larger purpose of your leadership, making it easier to remain focused on your goals. Cultivating and strengthening the core leadership traits that drive success involves a commitment to continuous self-improvement, learning, and practice. It requires self-awareness, goal setting, and the willingness to embrace challenges and setbacks as opportunities to grow. By focusing on these foundational aspects and incorporating them into your daily life, you develop the leadership qualities that empower you to influence, inspire, and guide others effectively. Leadership is not about being perfect. It's about consistently striving to be better, learning from experiences, and applying the lessons to become a stronger, more impactful leader. Chapter 2: Mindset Shifts That Help You Think Like a Leader. Adopting a growth-oriented mindset for leadership is essential for cultivating the resilience, adaptability, and continuous improvement that are necessary for effective leadership. Leaders with a growth mindset believe that their abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed through dedication, hard work, and learning. This mindset is rooted in the belief that success is not a result of inherent talent, but a product of effort, perseverance, and a willingness to embrace challenges. This approach to leadership encourages leaders to see setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities for growth, which ultimately strengthens their leadership capabilities and helps them lead with authenticity and confidence. One of the key components of a growth-oriented mindset is the ability to embrace challenges. Leaders with a fixed mindset tend to avoid challenges for fear of failure or looking incompetent. However, growth-oriented leaders actively seek out challenges, understanding that they are opportunities to learn, develop new skills, and become better leaders. Challenges force leaders to step out of their comfort zones and think creatively. Whether leading through a difficult transition or navigating unexpected setbacks, leaders with a growth mindset see these moments as chances to innovate and refine their approach, rather than obstacles that impede progress. This mindset shift not only helps the leader grow, but also sets an example for the team, encouraging them to embrace challenges rather than shy away from them. Another aspect of a growth-oriented mindset is the belief that failure is not final. Leaders who see failure as a learning opportunity are better equipped to handle setbacks and continue moving forward. Instead of viewing mistakes as reflections of their competence, they understand that failure is a natural part of the learning process. They analyze their failures, identify lessons, and make adjustments to their approach. This ability to learn from failure without losing confidence is a critical trait for long-term leadership success. When leaders model this behavior, it encourages their teams to adopt the same mindset, fostering a culture of resilience and growth within the organization. Leaders who embrace failure as a necessary part of success instill confidence in their teams, as they create a safe environment where individuals feel empowered to take risks and experiment without the fear of permanent consequences. A growth-oriented mindset also involves continuous learning. Leaders with this mindset are committed to self-improvement and never stop seeking ways to enhance their skills. They recognize that leadership is a journey, not a destination, and that there is always room for growth. These leaders actively seek feedback from others, pursue learning opportunities, and remain open to new ideas and perspectives. Whether it's through formal education, mentorship, or self-reflection, they understand that their leadership abilities can always be expanded. This thirst for knowledge not only improves their individual performance, but also encourages a culture of learning within their teams. Leaders who prioritize growth and learning set the expectation that everyone within the organization should strive for continuous improvement, creating a workforce that is motivated to develop and innovate. Adopting a growth-oriented mindset also requires leaders to foster collaboration and inclusivity. Leaders with this mindset understand that they don't have all the answers, and that others bring valuable insights and ideas to the table. Rather than seeing their role as one of controlling and directing, they embrace the idea of working alongside their teams, learning from them, and empowering them to contribute. A growth-oriented leader encourages an open exchange of ideas and fosters an environment where everyone feels valued and heard. This approach not only strengthens the team, but also encourages personal and collective growth, as team members are more likely to take ownership of their work and feel motivated to develop their skills. A growth-oriented mindset requires self-compassion. Leaders with this mindset understand that they will not always be perfect, and they allow themselves to make mistakes without harsh self-criticism. Instead of focusing on shortcomings or beating themselves up over failures, They approach their mistakes with curiosity and a desire to learn. This self-compassionate approach helps leaders bounce back from setbacks more quickly, maintaining their confidence and energy even in the face of adversity. By modeling this behavior, leaders encourage their teams to also adopt self-compassion, creating a culture where mistakes are seen as a part of the learning process rather than something to be ashamed of. A growth-oriented mindset for leadership is also about vision and long-term thinking. Leaders with this mindset are focused not just on immediate results, but on building sustainable success over time. They understand that lasting success is achieved through consistent effort and incremental progress. Rather than rushing to achieve short-term goals, growth-oriented leaders invest in developing systems, relationships, and strategies that will yield long-term benefits. This long-term perspective helps them stay focused on their mission, even when immediate results are not visible. It also allows them to inspire their teams to see beyond the present moment and work towards a collective vision of future success. Adopting a growth-oriented mindset encourages self-reflection and adaptability. Leaders with this mindset regularly reflect on their actions, decisions, and interactions. They ask themselves what they could have done better and actively seek ways to improve their leadership style. This reflective practice helps them adapt to changing circumstances and continuously refine their approach to leadership. It also allows them to stay in touch with their values and ensure that their actions align with their vision. Growth-oriented leaders are not rigid in their approach. They are flexible and willing to adjust when necessary, understanding that leadership requires constant evolution. Adopting a growth-oriented mindset for leadership is about embracing challenges, viewing failure as a learning opportunity, committing to continuous improvement, fostering collaboration, practicing self-compassion, thinking long-term, and regularly reflecting on one's actions. This mindset empowers leaders to adapt to change, inspire their teams, and create a culture of learning and growth. By adopting this mindset, leaders become more resilient, effective, and capable of navigating the complexities of leadership while continually improving their skills and impact. Overcoming self-doubt to step into leadership. Overcoming self-doubt to step into leadership is a crucial part of personal and professional development. Many aspiring leaders struggle with feelings of inadequacy, imposter syndrome, and the fear that they're not qualified to take on leadership roles. These feelings can prevent them from stepping up and embracing leadership opportunities, holding them back from making the impact they're capable of. However, learning how to overcome self-doubt is essential for anyone who wants to lead effectively and make a meaningful difference. It involves challenging negative thoughts, building confidence, and trusting in your abilities. Self-doubt often arises from a lack of belief in one's own abilities, experience, or qualifications. The first step in overcoming this doubt is to reframe your mindset. Instead of viewing leadership as something reserved for the perfect person or those with flawless credentials, start by recognizing that leadership is about growth, not perfection. Nobody enters a leadership role fully equipped with all the answers or experience needed. Leadership is a journey that involves constant learning, adapting, and improving. By reframing leadership as a developmental process rather than an endpoint, you can start to see yourself as capable of learning and growing into the role, rather than feeling inadequate from the outset. A common form of self-doubt is imposter syndrome, where you may feel like a fraud, even when you're competent and qualified. To overcome this, it's important to acknowledge your accomplishments and reflect on your past successes. Rather than dismissing your achievements or attributing them to luck, take ownership of your hard work, skills, and the effort you've put into your career and personal development. Make a habit of regularly reviewing your past successes and the challenges you've overcome, as these reminders will reinforce your ability to succeed in leadership roles. Writing down these achievements and revisiting them when self-doubt arises can serve as a powerful reminder of your capabilities. Another key to overcoming self-doubt is to stop comparing yourself to others. It's easy to look at others in leadership positions and think you're not as capable, qualified, or talented as they are. However, Comparison can be a major source of self-doubt. Everyone has their unique journey, and comparing your progress to someone else's only undermines your self-worth. Instead, focus on your own growth and what you've achieved so far. Understand that everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, and the best leaders are not those who are the most perfect or the most experienced from the start, but those who are open to learning and growing as they lead. Building self-confidence requires facing fear and taking action. Often self-doubt stems from the fear of making mistakes or failing. When you avoid taking action because of fear, you reinforce the belief that you're not capable of succeeding. The antidote to this is to take small, deliberate steps toward leadership, even when you don't feel entirely confident. The more you take action, the more you build your confidence and prove to yourself that you're capable of handling challenges. Every decision you make, every risk you take, and every mistake you learn from builds your leadership muscle. The key is to start small, whether that means leading a team meeting, taking on a new project, or offering guidance to a colleague. Each of these actions, no matter how small, reinforces your ability to lead and makes it easier to step into larger leadership roles. Seeking feedback and support from others is another crucial strategy in overcoming self-doubt. It's natural to feel unsure of yourself at times, but receiving constructive feedback from mentors, peers, or team members helps you gain perspective on your strengths and areas for improvement. Regular feedback provides an opportunity to see yourself from others' viewpoints, allowing you to recognize your value and capabilities. It also reinforces the idea that leadership is not about doing everything perfectly, but about continual learning and growth. Additionally, having a strong support network that believes in you and encourages you can help boost your confidence and reduce feelings of isolation or self-doubt. To further reduce self-doubt, it's essential to develop emotional resilience. Leadership often requires navigating difficult situations, facing criticism, or making tough decisions. In these moments, self-doubt can be particularly overwhelming. Building emotional resilience helps you manage stress, cope with setbacks, and stay focused on your goals. This involves acknowledging that you will face challenges and setbacks, but that they do not define you or your potential. Resilient leaders bounce back from difficult situations, learn from them, and continue to move forward. Developing this resilience requires a mindset shift, where you embrace challenges as opportunities for growth rather than signs of failure. Practicing self-compassion is another vital component of overcoming self-doubt. Leadership involves mistakes, missteps, and learning moments. When you make mistakes, instead of criticizing yourself harshly, practice self-compassion. Understand that nobody is perfect and that every leader faces challenges. By treating yourself with kindness during difficult times, you maintain the emotional strength to continue growing and moving forward. Self-compassion helps you bounce back from setbacks without being weighed down by guilt or negative self-talk. Embracing vulnerability is a powerful tool for overcoming self-doubt in leadership. Great leaders are not those who pretend to have all the answers, but those who are willing to show their humanity, admit when they don't know something, and seek help when needed. Embracing vulnerability allows you to build stronger relationships with your team and demonstrates that you trust them to contribute their knowledge and skills. When you are open about your challenges and limitations, it fosters a culture of collaboration, transparency, and growth. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It's a strength that builds trust and authenticity in leadership. Overcoming self-doubt to step into leadership is a process of reframing your mindset, taking action despite fear, embracing vulnerability, and seeking feedback. By recognizing that leadership is about continuous growth, not perfection, and by focusing on your strengths and past successes, you can build the confidence needed to lead effectively. The more you face your fears, take small steps of action, and allow yourself the space to grow, the more you'll overcome self-doubt and step into the leadership role you're capable of. With practice, resilience, and support, you'll develop the self-assurance to lead with confidence, authenticity, and purpose. Chapter 3. Practical leadership strategies you can implement immediately. Actionable techniques for leading with impact are those that translate leadership theory into practical, real-world behaviors that produce meaningful results. Effective leadership is not just about setting goals and making decisions, but about consistently taking actions that influence others, drive progress, and create a positive, lasting impact. These techniques help leaders build trust, motivate their teams, and navigate challenges with confidence, all while ensuring that their leadership style is aligned with their vision and values. One of the most powerful techniques for leading with impact is leading by example. Leaders who demonstrate the behaviors, work ethic, and values they expect from others create a culture of accountability and respect. When you show up consistently, stay committed to your goals, and work hard toward the shared vision, your team is more likely to follow your lead. This principle applies to every area of leadership, whether it's making tough decisions, maintaining a positive attitude during setbacks, or respecting others. By embodying the standards you set for your team, you inspire them to act with the same integrity, commitment, and passion. Leading by example isn't about being perfect. It's about being authentic, consistent, and reliable. It fosters trust, loyalty, and collaboration, which are essential for high-impact leadership. Another crucial technique is empowering others. True leaders understand that their success is not measured by what they accomplish individually, but by how they enable others to succeed. Empowering your team means providing them with the tools, support, and autonomy they need to thrive. This involves delegating responsibility, trusting others to take ownership of their work, and providing opportunities for growth and development. When you empower your team members, you show that you value their contributions, which builds confidence and motivation. It also encourages innovation, as team members feel more invested in the outcomes and are more likely to take initiative. The more you invest in your team's growth, the greater their impact, which ultimately magnifies your leadership influence. Effective communication is another critical technique for leading with impact. A leader's ability to convey clear, concise, and motivating messages plays a significant role in shaping team dynamics and driving success. Communication goes beyond delivering instructions. It involves actively listening, providing constructive feedback, and ensuring that your team feels heard and understood. A leader who communicates well fosters an environment of trust and transparency, where team members feel comfortable sharing ideas and concerns. Communication should also be empathetic, showing that you understand the challenges your team is facing and offering support when needed. By adapting your communication style to fit the needs of the situation and the individuals you're working with, you strengthen relationships, encourage collaboration, and build alignment around the team's goals. Building strong relationships is also fundamental to leading with impact. Leadership is not just about directing people. It's about connecting with them on a personal and professional level. Building relationships with your team fosters a sense of camaraderie, mutual respect, and trust. This doesn't mean being overly familiar or acting as a friend, but rather investing in getting to know the people you lead, understanding their strengths, challenges, and aspirations. When you build genuine relationships, you create an environment where people are motivated to work for the success of the team, not just for individual recognition. Strong relationships also help you navigate conflicts and challenges more effectively, as you've already established trust and understanding. Leaders who build relationships are better able to inspire loyalty and create a cohesive, high-functioning team. Another technique for leading with impact is making decisions with confidence and clarity. Leaders often face difficult choices that can have a significant impact on their teams and organizations. In these moments, hesitation or indecision can create uncertainty and undermine trust. It's important to gather the necessary information, consider the options, and then make a decision with confidence. This doesn't mean being reckless or ignoring feedback, but it does mean trusting your judgment and taking decisive action when needed. When your team sees that you can make decisions with clarity and conviction, they feel more secure and empowered to follow your lead. Moreover, making decisions in a timely manner ensures that progress isn't stalled, and it creates a sense of forward momentum, which is critical for maintaining team morale and achieving goals. Being adaptable is another key technique in leadership. The ability to adjust to changing circumstances, embrace new ideas, and pivot when necessary is what separates impactful leaders from those who struggle to maintain relevance. In today's fast-paced world, change is constant, and the most effective leaders are those who remain open to new possibilities and are willing to evolve. This adaptability extends to how you approach problems, manage team dynamics, and respond to external challenges. Leaders who are adaptable inspire their teams to remain flexible and resilient, even in uncertain times. By demonstrating your ability to adapt, you create a culture that embraces change and is proactive rather than reactive. Recognizing and celebrating successes is a simple yet highly effective technique for leading with impact. Recognizing the hard work and achievements of your team helps to maintain motivation and fosters a positive, high-energy atmosphere. Celebrating both big and small wins keeps momentum going and reminds everyone that their efforts are valued. Recognition doesn't always have to come in the form of rewards or public praise. It can also be a simple thank you, a private acknowledgement, or a personal note of appreciation. When you celebrate success, you reinforce a culture of excellence and inspire your team to continue striving toward even greater achievements. Leading with impact requires a combination of behaviors and strategies that build trust, empower others, and drive success. By leading by example, empowering your team, communicating effectively, building relationships, making confident decisions, being adaptable, and celebrating achievements, you create an environment where both individuals and teams can thrive. These techniques don't require a specific personality type or innate talent. They can be developed through consistent effort and a commitment to growth. The more you practice these strategies, the more you will create an atmosphere of success, collaboration, and progress, leading to sustained, long-term impact as a leader. Building and managing high-performance teams. Building and managing high-performance teams is a crucial aspect of effective leadership. The ability to assemble a group of individuals with diverse skills, perspectives, and strengths, and then guide them to work cohesively toward a common goal, is what defines a high-performance team. A high-performance team not only excels in achieving results, but also thrives in its collaborative process, creating an environment where members feel engaged, valued, and motivated. To build and manage such teams, it requires thoughtful leadership, clear communication, and a focus on nurturing the strengths of each team member while fostering a culture of collaboration and accountability. The first step in building a high-performance team is assembling the right individuals. It's not just about finding people with the right technical skills, but also about considering their personalities, work styles, and how they'll fit into the dynamics of the team. A high-performance team benefits from having a mix of people with complementary strengths. Some team members might excel in creative problem-solving, while others may bring strong organizational or analytical skills. It's important to recognize the value in diverse perspectives, as this diversity fosters innovation and creativity. When building your team, look for individuals who bring not only competence, but also emotional intelligence, as these people can help manage interpersonal relationships, navigate conflicts, and foster a supportive work environment. The goal is to create a team where each member's unique strengths are maximized. Once the team is in place, clear and effective communication becomes essential. High-performance teams rely on open, honest, and respectful communication to share ideas, provide feedback, and coordinate efforts. As a leader, you must foster an environment where communication is encouraged and where everyone feels comfortable expressing their thoughts and concerns. This includes setting up regular meetings to check on progress, offer support, and ensure alignment on goals. Transparent communication helps prevent misunderstandings, resolves conflicts early, and ensures that everyone is on the same page. Leaders should also practice active listening, showing empathy and understanding to team members, and ensuring that everyone feels heard and valued. Another critical element of building a high-performance team is setting clear goals and expectations. High-performance teams need a sense of direction and purpose. As a leader, it's important to define clear, measurable goals that everyone understands and agrees upon. These goals should be challenging yet attainable and aligned with the team's overall mission and vision. Once goals are set, it's important to break them down into actionable steps and regularly track progress. This creates accountability within the team, helping members stay focused and motivated. Clear expectations also extend to individual roles. Each team member should understand their specific responsibilities and how they contribute to the team's overall success. By having well-defined goals and roles, the team can operate efficiently, with each member understanding their purpose and the value they bring. In addition to setting clear goals, fostering a collaborative culture is key to creating a high-performance team. Collaboration isn't just about working together. It's about creating a space where team members actively share knowledge, support each other, and collectively problem solve. As a leader, you can encourage collaboration by providing opportunities for team members to interact, exchange ideas, and contribute to decisions. You can facilitate team-building activities, brainstorming sessions, or cross-functional projects that require everyone's input. By promoting collaboration, you create an environment where ideas are freely exchanged, innovation is encouraged, and the team feels a sense of ownership and pride in their work. Empowering your team is another critical aspect of high-performance leadership. High-performing teams thrive when they have a sense of autonomy and are trusted to make decisions. As a leader, it's important to delegate responsibilities and give your team the freedom to solve problems and implement solutions. Micromanagement can stifle creativity and lower morale, so it's essential to allow team members to take ownership of their tasks and projects. Trusting your team not only helps build confidence, but also fosters a sense of accountability. When individuals feel empowered, they are more likely to take initiative, make better decisions, and contribute to the team's success. Creating a culture of continuous improvement is vital for maintaining a high-performance team. High-performing teams don't rest on their laurels. They constantly strive for improvement, both individually and collectively. As a leader, you can encourage this by providing regular feedback, celebrating wins, and identifying areas for growth. It's important to cultivate an environment where constructive feedback is seen as a tool for development, not criticism. When mistakes are made, instead of assigning blame, focus on lessons learned and how the team can improve moving forward. Encourage team members to share knowledge and learn from one another's experiences. By fostering a growth mindset, you ensure that the team remains adaptable, innovative, and committed to continual learning. Another essential aspect of managing high-performance teams is recognizing and rewarding contributions. Recognition doesn't always have to be a grand gesture. It can be as simple as acknowledging someone's hard work in a meeting, sending a personal thank you note, or celebrating small milestones along the way. Recognition boosts morale, motivates individuals, and reinforces the behavior you want to see. When team members feel appreciated, they are more likely to be engaged, committed, and productive. It's also important to ensure that recognition is given fairly and consistently so everyone feels valued and respected for their contributions. High-performance teams need resilience and adaptability. Challenges, setbacks, and changes are inevitable, but a resilient team can weather these obstacles and continue to perform at a high level. As a leader, it's essential to model resilience by remaining calm under pressure and maintaining a positive outlook. Encourage your team to embrace setbacks as opportunities for growth and to remain flexible when things don't go according to plan. By fostering resilience, you ensure that your team remains focused, adaptable, and ready to take on new challenges, no matter what obstacles arise. Building and managing high-performance teams requires a combination of effective leadership, clear communication, and a focus on continuous improvement. By assembling a diverse group of individuals, setting clear goals, fostering collaboration, empowering team members, and creating a culture of resilience, you can cultivate a team that excels in achieving results and overcoming challenges. High-performance teams are not built overnight. They are the result of consistent effort, trust, and a commitment to growth. When done correctly, the impact of a high-performing team can be transformative, driving success not only for the team members, but for the organization as a whole. Chapter 4: How to Make Confident Decisions and Stay Focused Under Pressure. Developing decision-making skills with clarity is one of the most important aspects of effective leadership. The ability to make clear, confident decisions, especially in complex or high-pressure situations, is what sets successful leaders apart. Decision-making is a skill that can be cultivated and refined over time. Leaders must navigate countless decisions every day, ranging from routine choices to high-stakes calls that can affect the entire organization. The key to making good decisions is not just having the ability to choose, but having the ability to make choices that are well-informed, aligned with long-term goals, and made with confidence. The foundation of making decisions with clarity starts with gathering the right information. Effective decision-making requires a deep understanding of the situation, the people involved, and the potential consequences of your choices. A decision made without all the necessary facts or without considering the broader context can lead to unintended outcomes. Before jumping into a decision, it's essential to take the time to assess the situation, analyze relevant data, and consult with key stakeholders. Information gathering doesn't mean overanalyzing to the point of paralysis, but rather ensuring that you have enough insight to make an informed choice. Another important component of clear decision-making is understanding the values and priorities that guide your choices. As a leader, it's important to have a set of guiding principles that help you navigate the complexities of decision-making. This might include your organization's mission, your personal values, or the long-term objectives you are working toward. By clearly defining these guiding principles, you can filter decisions through a lens that aligns with your core beliefs and goals. This ensures that the decisions you make are consistent with your vision and create the desired impact. When faced with a difficult choice, referring back to your core values can help you choose the path that best reflects what matters most. One common obstacle to decision-making is fear of making the wrong choice. Many leaders hesitate or avoid making decisions because they fear the potential consequences of failure. This fear can be paralyzing, causing leaders to delay or avoid important decisions altogether. However, developing clarity in decision-making involves overcoming this fear and trusting in your ability to make the best choice with the information available. Understand that no decision is without risk, and there is no such thing as a perfect choice. Instead of focusing on the potential for failure, focus on the opportunity for learning and growth. Even if a decision doesn't produce the desired outcome, it offers valuable lessons that can improve your future decision-making. Clarity in decision-making is also enhanced by eliminating distractions and staying focused on what truly matters. In a world full of noise and constant interruptions, it can be difficult to make clear decisions. In moments of high pressure, it's easy to become overwhelmed by emotions, opinions, or the sheer volume of choices available. To develop clarity, it's important to quiet external distractions and focus on the key elements of the decision at hand. This means prioritizing the most important factors and avoiding the urge to chase every option or detail. Simplifying the decision-making process and cutting through the noise allows you to focus on what matters, making it easier to arrive at a clear and confident decision. Once you have gathered the necessary information and clarified your values, it's time to weigh your options. This involves considering the pros and cons of each potential decision and evaluating how each option aligns with your goals and values. At this stage, it's helpful to think about the long-term impact of your choices, not just the immediate benefits. Often, the most impactful decisions are those that may require sacrifice or patience in the short term but provide greater rewards in the future. When considering your options, ask yourself which choice best aligns with the direction you want to take and what consequences you're willing to accept. This will help guide your decision-making process with greater clarity. Another vital aspect of developing decision-making skills is trusting your instincts. While it's important to gather information and analyze options, there are times when you must trust your intuition, especially when time is limited or when a decision requires a leap of faith. Leaders who have developed decision-making clarity learn to listen to their gut, as their instincts often stem from a deep understanding of their values, experience, and the situation at hand. Instincts should never replace rational analysis, but when used in combination, they can provide a clearer sense of direction. Trusting your instincts also means having confidence in your own judgment and believing in your ability to navigate ambiguity. Embracing flexibility and learning from mistakes is crucial in developing clarity in decision-making. No decision-making process is perfect, and mistakes will inevitably occur. What sets great leaders apart is their ability to reflect on their decisions, learn from the outcomes, and adapt their approach in the future. Rather than viewing mistakes as failures, approach them as valuable learning experiences that provide insight into how you can make better decisions next time. The willingness to adjust and refine your approach over time allows you to continuously improve your decision-making skills and increases the clarity with which you make choices in the future. Developing decision-making skills with clarity requires a combination of preparation, focus, trust in yourself, and a willingness to learn from both successes and mistakes. By gathering the right information, aligning decisions with your values, overcoming fear, eliminating distractions, and trusting your instincts, you can make confident, informed decisions that drive positive outcomes. Over time, as you practice these techniques, your decision-making will become more intuitive and efficient, ultimately leading to more effective leadership and a greater impact on your team and organization. Maintaining focus and composure in high-stress situations. Maintaining focus and composure in high-stress situations is a vital skill for any leader. High-stress moments, whether they come from looming deadlines, crises, or interpersonal conflicts, can cloud judgment and hinder decision-making if not managed effectively. Leaders who can stay calm and focused during these times set an example for their teams and are better equipped to navigate the challenges that arise. The ability to maintain composure not only helps the leader make more rational, effective decisions, but also reassures their team, instilling confidence and promoting a sense of stability in uncertain circumstances. One of the first steps to maintaining focus under stress is controlling your emotional response. Stress often triggers an automatic emotional reaction, such as anxiety, frustration, or fear, which can make it difficult to think clearly. When faced with a high-stress situation, it's crucial to take a moment to breathe and center yourself before responding. Deep breathing techniques, mindfulness exercises, or even briefly stepping away from the situation can help you regain emotional control. This moment of pause allows you to calm your mind, reduce the physiological effects of stress, like rapid heartbeat or shallow breathing, and reset your mental state. This pause isn't about avoiding emotions. It's about managing them so they don't interfere with your ability to think clearly and make rational decisions. Once you've regained emotional control, the next step is to refocus on the task at hand. Stress can scatter your attention and make it difficult to prioritize effectively. When you're overwhelmed, it's easy to start thinking about all the potential outcomes or worry about what could go wrong. However, this kind of thinking creates mental clutter and prevents you from addressing the immediate issues. To maintain focus, break down the situation into smaller, manageable steps. Identify the key priorities and focus on what's most urgent or impactful. This helps you avoid feeling paralyzed by the scope of the problem and ensures that your energy is directed toward actionable solutions. Another critical aspect of maintaining composure is to avoid making impulsive decisions. High-stress situations often trigger a rush to act or respond immediately, but quick decisions driven by stress can lead to mistakes. Leaders who maintain composure take a step back, evaluate the situation, and consider the available options before acting. This doesn't mean delaying decisions indefinitely. It means giving yourself the time to gather necessary information, consider alternatives, and choose the most effective course of action. Taking a measured approach, even under pressure, helps you make more thoughtful decisions and mitigates the risk of rash actions that could have unintended consequences. Staying organized is another key factor in maintaining focus and composure. In high-stress situations, disorganization can exacerbate feelings of stress and overwhelm. Having systems in place for managing tasks, tracking progress, and prioritizing responsibilities ensures that you have a clear sense of direction even when everything seems chaotic. It's helpful to break down complex issues into smaller, more manageable tasks, keeping a running list of action items and deadlines. When you have a clear outline of what needs to be done, it reduces the mental burden and allows you to stay on top of the situation without becoming bogged down by unnecessary details. A critical component of staying composed in stressful moments is trusting your preparation and experience. Leaders who have faced high-pressure situations before develop a confidence to manage future crises with more calm and clarity. This confidence comes from knowing that, no matter how intense the situation may seem, you have the skills, knowledge, and experience to navigate it. Reflecting on past successes and how you overcame earlier challenges can also serve as a reminder of your capabilities, providing you with the mental strength to keep going. This self-assurance helps reduce anxiety and enables you to lead with clarity even in the most stressful circumstances. It's also important to maintain a sense of perspective during high-stress situations. When emotions are running high, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture and become fixated on immediate problems. In such moments, remind yourself that stress is often temporary, and challenges, no matter how intense, are part of the journey. Stepping back and assessing the situation from a broader perspective can help you avoid reacting emotionally and instead approach the issue with calmness and strategic thinking. This perspective shift helps you realize that the stress you're experiencing is just a part of the process and it can be managed with the right mindset. To maintain focus and composure, practice self-care regularly. Leaders who neglect their well-being are more likely to crack under pressure. Self-care is not just about physical health, but also emotional and mental well-being. Regular exercise, sufficient sleep, healthy eating, and activities that relax and recharge you outside of work help build resilience to stress. When you take care of your physical and mental health, you're better equipped to stay calm, focused, and composed during high-stress situations. Leaders who prioritize self-care show their teams the importance of maintaining balance and taking time for personal well-being, which can create a more supportive and productive work environment. Maintaining focus and composure in high-stress situations is a skill that requires preparation, emotional control, and clear thinking. By controlling your emotional response, refocusing on the task at hand, avoiding impulsive decisions, staying organized, trusting your preparation, maintaining perspective, and prioritizing self-care, you can navigate challenging moments with confidence and clarity. This ability not only strengthens your leadership effectiveness, but also inspires your team to stay calm and focused, even in difficult circumstances. The more you practice these techniques, the more naturally you will be able to handle stress and lead with composure in any situation. Chapter 5. The importance of emotional intelligence and self-awareness in leadership. Emotional intelligence, EI, plays a crucial role in effective leadership, as it allows leaders to manage their own emotions while also understanding and influencing the emotions of others. At its core, emotional intelligence is about the ability to perceive, control, and evaluate emotions, both in oneself and in others, and to use this awareness to guide thinking and behavior. For leaders, emotional intelligence is not just a valuable skill, but a fundamental one that can greatly impact the success of a team, organization, and the leader themselves. A leader with high emotional intelligence is more adept at building relationships, fostering trust, resolving conflicts, and motivating their teams. One of the key aspects of emotional intelligence is self-awareness, which allows leaders to understand their own emotions and how they influence their behavior and decisions. Leaders with high self-awareness can recognize when their emotions are affecting their judgment and take steps to regulate their responses. This self-awareness helps them stay calm under pressure, make more thoughtful decisions, and avoid reacting impulsively. By being mindful of their emotions, leaders can create a stable and composed presence, which fosters confidence and trust among their team members. Self-aware leaders are also better equipped to acknowledge their own strengths and weaknesses, enabling them to continuously improve and evolve as leaders. Another component of emotional intelligence is self-regulation, which is the ability to manage and control one's emotions in a healthy and constructive way. Leaders often face high-pressure situations that can trigger strong emotional reactions. Leaders with strong self-regulation can pause and reflect before reacting, ensuring that their decisions are not driven by temporary emotions like anger, frustration, or anxiety. This ability to remain calm and composed during difficult moments helps to maintain a positive atmosphere within the team, even when challenges arise. It also encourages a culture of professionalism, as team members learn by example to regulate their own emotions and respond to stress with resilience and grace. Empathy is another vital aspect of emotional intelligence, and it is arguably one of the most important qualities for effective leadership. Empathy involves understanding and sharing the feelings of others, which allows leaders to connect with their teams on a deeper level. Leaders with empathy are able to listen actively, show compassion, and respond to the emotional needs of their team members. This emotional connection builds trust and loyalty, as team members feel seen, heard, and valued. Empathy also enables leaders to resolve conflicts effectively, as they can understand different perspectives and find solutions that address the needs of all parties involved. Furthermore, empathetic leaders can recognize when their team members are struggling, both personally and professionally, and offer the support and guidance necessary to help them overcome challenges. Social skills are another crucial aspect of emotional intelligence that drives leadership effectiveness. Leaders with strong social skills are adept at managing relationships and building networks within and outside their organizations. They excel in communication, collaboration, and conflict resolution, which are essential for fostering a positive and productive work environment. Socially skilled leaders can motivate their teams, create a sense of unity and purpose, and inspire others to work toward common goals. They are also better equipped to navigate difficult interpersonal dynamics, whether it's between team members or with clients and stakeholders. Leaders with excellent social skills create a culture of openness and trust, encouraging their teams to communicate honestly and work collaboratively toward shared objectives. In addition to these core components, emotional intelligence also enhances a leader's decision-making abilities. Leaders who are in tune with their own emotions and the emotions of others can make more informed decisions that consider both rational factors and the emotional impact on the team. This emotional awareness allows leaders to strike a balance between logic and empathy, making decisions that are not only effective but also considerate of the people involved. By recognizing how emotions can influence outcomes, emotionally intelligent leaders are able to avoid biases and snap judgments, instead making decisions that align with the long-term vision and values of the organization. Leaders with high emotional intelligence are also better at building and maintaining trust within their teams. Trust is the foundation of effective leadership, and it is earned through consistent, empathetic behavior. When leaders demonstrate that they understand and respect the emotions of others, they create an environment where trust can flourish. Team members are more likely to follow leaders who are emotionally attuned and who handle sensitive situations with care and understanding. This trust not only strengthens relationships within the team, but also enhances the overall performance of the organization, as employees feel more secure in their roles and more motivated to contribute. Emotional intelligence contributes to a leader's ability to inspire and motivate their team. Leaders who can recognize and address the emotional needs of their team are better equipped to provide the encouragement and support necessary to keep morale high, especially during challenging times. By understanding what drives their team members and what obstacles they face, emotionally intelligent leaders can tailor their approach to motivate each individual effectively. Whether it's through offering praise, providing constructive feedback, or offering emotional support, emotionally intelligent leaders know how to inspire confidence and create a sense of purpose within their team. Emotional intelligence drives effective leadership by enabling leaders to understand and manage their own emotions, connect with others on an emotional level, and make decisions that benefit both individuals and the organization as a whole. A leader with high emotional intelligence fosters trust, motivates their team, resolves conflicts effectively, and creates a supportive, productive work environment. By developing emotional intelligence, leaders can build stronger relationships, improve team dynamics, and lead with greater empathy, resilience, and effectiveness. This is not just a set of soft skills, but a powerful tool for achieving long-term success in leadership. The role of self-awareness in building stronger teams. Self-awareness plays a crucial role in building stronger teams, as it serves as the foundation for effective leadership, communication, and collaboration. When leaders and team members are self-aware, they understand their own strengths, weaknesses, emotions, and behaviors, which allows them to interact with others in a way that promotes trust, respect, and understanding. Self-awareness enables individuals to identify areas where they can improve, make adjustments to their approach, and ultimately contribute more effectively to the team's success. It also helps individuals recognize the impact they have on others, which is vital for fostering positive team dynamics and ensuring that everyone feels valued and heard. Leaders who are self-aware are better equipped to lead with authenticity. When a leader understands their own values, motivations, and emotions, they can lead in a way that is consistent with their core beliefs and principles. This authenticity builds trust within the team, as team members are more likely to follow a leader who is genuine and transparent. A leader who is self-aware can also acknowledge when they make mistakes or face challenges, which humanizes them and creates a culture where others feel comfortable doing the same. This openness helps to create a safe environment where team members are more likely to share ideas, provide feedback, and collaborate without fear of judgment. Self-awareness also enhances emotional intelligence, a key element of effective leadership. When individuals are aware of their emotions, they are better able to regulate their responses and avoid reacting impulsively in high-pressure situations. This ability to manage emotions is essential for maintaining composure and making thoughtful decisions, especially during times of conflict or stress. A self-aware leader is also more attuned to the emotions of others, allowing them to respond with empathy and understanding. This emotional attunement is critical for building stronger relationships within the team, as it fosters a sense of connection and mutual respect. When leaders demonstrate emotional intelligence, they model positive behaviors for their team, encouraging others to develop these skills as well. In addition to improving communication and emotional regulation, self-awareness also helps individuals understand their communication style. When team members are aware of how they communicate, whether they tend to be assertive, passive, or overly accommodating, they can adjust their approach to ensure that their messages are delivered effectively. Self-aware individuals are also more likely to recognize when their communication style is hindering collaboration, whether it's by dominating conversations or failing to listen actively. By being mindful of their communication habits, individuals can foster more open and productive discussions, where everyone feels heard and valued. This is especially important in team environments, where clear communication is essential for aligning on goals, sharing feedback, and solving problems. Moreover, self-awareness is integral to conflict resolution. In any team, disagreements and conflicts are inevitable, but how these conflicts are handled can make or break the team dynamic. Self-aware individuals are better equipped to navigate conflict because they understand their own triggers and emotional reactions. This awareness allows them to respond to conflicts with a clear mind and a constructive approach, rather than reacting impulsively or defensively. A self-aware leader can also guide their team through conflicts with empathy and objectivity, ensuring that all voices are heard and that the focus remains on finding solutions rather than assigning blame. When team members practice self-awareness in conflict situations, they are more likely to communicate respectfully, manage their emotions effectively, and work together to resolve differences in a way that strengthens the team. Self-awareness enables individuals to identify their strengths and weaknesses, which is essential for both personal and team growth. When team members recognize their strengths, They can leverage these skills to contribute meaningfully to the team's objectives. At the same time, self-awareness helps individuals identify areas where they need to improve or where they might require support from others. Acknowledging one's weaknesses is not a sign of failure. Rather, it's an opportunity for growth and development. When team members openly discuss their weaknesses and seek feedback or assistance, they create an atmosphere of trust and collaboration. This openness allows the team to function more cohesively, as members support one another in areas where they may be lacking, leading to a more well-rounded and effective team. Self-awareness also plays a vital role in adaptability. Teams often face changing circumstances, evolving goals, or new challenges. A self-aware team member is more likely to embrace these changes because they understand their own capacity for learning and growth. They are willing to step outside of their comfort zone, take on new tasks, and adjust their approach to suit the needs of the team or organization. This adaptability is contagious, as self-aware leaders set the tone for the team by demonstrating flexibility and a willingness to embrace change. A team that is self-aware is more resilient in the face of challenges and better able to pivot when necessary, ensuring long-term success even in unpredictable environments. Self-awareness helps in building trust within the team. Trust is the cornerstone of any high-performing team, and it starts with self-awareness. When individuals are honest with themselves about their motivations, actions, and behaviors, they can communicate authentically with others. This authenticity fosters trust, as team members feel they are working with individuals who are genuine, reliable, and accountable. Trust, in turn, strengthens collaboration, as people are more likely to share ideas, take risks, and contribute to team goals when they trust each other. A self-aware leader who is open about their own journey of growth encourages team members to do the same, creating a culture where vulnerability and honesty are embraced. Self-awareness is an essential quality for building stronger teams. It enhances communication, emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, adaptability, and trust. By understanding themselves and how they affect others, leaders and team members can foster a positive, collaborative, and growth-oriented environment. When everyone on the team practices self-awareness, it creates a culture of openness, respect, and continuous improvement, which is the foundation for sustained success and high performance. Self-awareness doesn't just strengthen individuals, it strengthens the entire team, driving better results and a more harmonious work environment. Feeling inspired to think like a leader? Don't miss out on more powerful strategies. Subscribe now and start transforming your mindset today. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update, and if you found this video helpful, share it with others who are ready to lead. Join our community of growth-minded individuals, and let's unlock success together.